Okay, this is a video on independent assortment, which is the second way that meiosis creates genetic variation within the sex cells. So the whole point of meiosis is to create genetically unique sex cells or gametes, and independent assortment is the second way that that's been done. Okay, you should. Here's what happened previously: is that the cells swapped. Crossed over parts of their chromosomes, so that these two now, the maternal here, this is now all maternal, 100% maternal, whereas this is now a mixture of paternal and maternal. So you get different combinations of alleles. Here, this is a little bit of maternal, and the rest of it's paternal, where this is purely paternal. No crossing over happened here, that's why they're all red. So this is all maternal and this is all paternal. So in meiosis there are two cell divisions. Okay? And the first cell division, okay, happens like this. So what's happened here, okay, is that the maternal one is on this side and the paternal chromosome is on this side. This is a random event. They just have to pick a side, but which side they choose is completely random, okay? So this is one scenario. The way that these two line up here does not affect these two. In other words, the maternal ones won't all line up on the same side. So each chromosome, or each pair of homologous chromosomes, lines up on different sides of the equator, and it's a random process to create genetic variation. So this is scenario one, okay? What you end up with, after the first cell division, in scenario one, okay, is this. So this here, I've got my little bit of crossing over, so let's put that in. This here now produces, so this half has gone across here, and then this half has gone over here. Okay, so that's the first cell division. And then these two will then divide again to make sure that each gamete's got half the original chromosome number. So that's why there's two cell divisions. And these here are now, the circles I'm drawing here represent the gametes, either the sperm or the egg, okay? So again, these will line up along the equator, and this half here will end up in here. And the other half will end up in there. Oops. So this is completely random. So the random part is which side they line up here, okay? And after that, they will divide again. So this is the part here called independent assortment, which creates the variation in the gametes once the cell is divided twice. So in this one, it'll be the chromosomes on the left-hand side will end up in this one. Notice that it's not a homologous pair anymore. These are single chromosomes, they're not a pair because they're not the same size, do not contain the same genes. So this is why the chromosome number's been halved, and there's no pairs. So that's scenario one, okay? Scenario two is this, okay? That instead of what we've got here, which is what we started off, scenario one was maternal, and then paternal and paternal, and there's the equator. Okay? Scenario 2, I'll just do scenario 2 up here, okay? That's the maternal ones, on this side here. Okay, so crossing over's happened. This is what it looks like. It's this side that crossed over. Okay, run this in. And then this side here would be like that. Okay, and then in our second scenario down here, so remember this isn't influenced at all, so the maternal one went this side. So the side that these two chose or ended up lining on doesn't affect any of the other chromosomes. So each pair's got like almost like a free choice about which side it does. It's completely random to create variation. So in scenario 2, if I write scenario 2 over here, put 2 here, you've got maternal, paternal, yeah? There's your equator, okay? And what you end up with here, on this side, what we ended up with is we ended up with a cell that looked like pretty much like, I'm not doing it as the little things because I don't have space to do it, but just remember that they did look like little sausages before. This is what we ended up with in our cells. Okay, like that, and like that. So from this combination we ended up with this combination of gametes. So you can look, it's still mostly maternal, maternal, paternal, paternal. When we draw this out here, you'll see how scenario 2 creates different gametes to here. So let's do this quickly. So in here, this side goes over here. Like that. Oops, a bit too big. That's alright, I'll fit it in. And this side here, oops. Okay. And then this divides again with the left-hand side of each homologous pair going to the left-hand side gamete here. So what we end up, they split in the middle, so what we end up with is we end up with this. Like that. You can see straight away, these two are different. Here, you end up with a combination of paternal and maternal. So straight away different because this one was partly blue or partly maternal, mostly maternal, whereas this one's got a paternal with a little maternal. So hopefully you can see that this, okay, so then this one goes on this side. Get rid of that. Quickly. So the chromosomes are now becoming deformed. This would be a problem as a human being. Okay, and then the left-hand side ends up in here. The left-hand side of this one ends up in here. Half of the chromosome number, so half of each homologous pair ends up in the gamete. And in this case here, we end up with that, a little bit of that, and that. So what I want you to see here is by independent assortment occurring, it gives us different combinations of chromosomes in the gametes. Here in scenario 1, all maternal chromosomes here. Okay? Red and red. And here, it's a mixture between slightly maternal. This is where the crossing over happened. So this isn't all a paternal chromosome, it's a slight little bit of maternal. This is all maternal. And this one is different to that, and that's how it creates variation. There are 23 pairs of homologous chromosomes in a human being, or there's 23 pairs, okay, which when they divide, you end up doubling it to 92, and the combinations, the different combinations, here we've only got 2 combinations shown. In actual reality in a human being, it's about 8.5 million combinations, and that's that. Done.